Ever feel like the fun is just gone from teaching? Like the school calendar is packed with activities and theme days, but somehow it all ends up being for the kids. And you're just there managing the chaos, trying to make it through the week. Maybe you're stuck in that humdrum of copy machines and cafeteria duty and counting down to Friday. Well, what if I told you there was a way to bring back the fun just for you? Well, in this episode, I'm sharing how one small secret activity totally surprised me and brought the fun back into my week at school without adding more to my plate. Shout out to the social committee at my school. Let's talk about the Underground Teacher Spirit Week and how you can do this at your school. Hey friends, welcome to Enjoy Teaching Again, the podcast for teachers who love the work but need a little spark to bring the joy back. I'm your host, Elizabeth Peterson, classroom teacher, arts integration specialist, and passionate educator of over 25 years. If you're overwhelmed by behaviors, disengaged students, and long, exhausting days, you are not alone. But together, we can turn things around and you can teach with confidence and purpose again. So locate that cold coffee of yours, find your favorite pen, I know you have one, and let's dive in. It's time to get inspired and enjoy teaching again. Now, I have to tell you that the reviews that have been coming in for this podcast have really been just lighting up my days. I absolutely love hearing from you as a listener, hearing what you have to say about what I'm sharing with you. I have this wonderful review that comes from Mama Bear, and she says, "So great to hear tips from an inspiring teacher who is actually in the thick of it. Thank you for sharing. Looking forward to more great episodes." A short little review that just totally excited me. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. I really, really appreciate you taking the time to give me that review. If you want to leave me a review, that would just light up my day. So thank you so much, Mama Bear. And in the thick of it, I am. In fact, I'm finishing up my 26th year this June. And maybe just like some of you, I've lived a few hard days, a few hard weeks, hard seasons of teaching. And if there's one thing I know, it's that sometimes the morale boosting has to come from us teachers. Now, if you've been with me for any amount of time through the Inspired Classroom, you know that I am all about being teacher-centered. In fact, that's why I have the Inspiring Teachers Facebook group. So if you haven't gone over there and joined us, you've got to go do that. Go to theinspiredclassroom.com/community and join us inside the Inspiring Teachers community so that we can really share and so that you can be in a teacher-centered environment. And today's episode is going to take that idea of being teacher-centered and run with it. So much fun. Now, we've all experienced Spirit Weeks. But let me tell you something, secretly planning a Spirit Week just for the teachers ended up being exactly what we didn't know we needed. Or at least I didn't realize it until I was in the thick of it. Our social committee had me at denim day because I love myself some jeans and will pretty much look for any excuse to wear them to school. That was our Monday, denim tuxedo day, where I was able to also not just wear my favorite, most comfy pair of jeans, but also my super cool jean jacket with my Wonder Woman patch on the back. And then on Tuesday, we went to anything but a cup day. I had so much fun with this one. I rinsed out my ACT fluoride bottle and filled it with some iced tea. And all morning, as I squeezed liquid into the little cup and raised it into my mouth, I also raised a few eyebrows from teachers who were wondering what was really inside my bottle. It was that day that the kids started to catch on. You know, when the teachers were drinking from like Lysol spray bottles and those red and yellow ketchup and mustard bottles that you bring to a picnic, their jaws were actually dropping. It was so freaking funny. Now, I'll keep telling you some of these fun ideas as we go on, and I want to share with you 5 tips for hosting your own Underground Spirit Week for teachers, because you just need to do this at your school, okay? You just need to. All right, let's get going. Number 1 is keep it secret, at least at first. The mystery is really what makes this so much fun. It's all about the teachers. I really encourage you to play along with the secret as long as you possibly can. And I have to tell you, this year I have morning bus duty, and it was really, really fun for kids as they were starting to figure it out. I would still just play along and ask them what they were talking about. It just made for some really fun conversations at the beginning of the day. And the kids would come in with smiles on their faces, and some of the kids would come in with smirks on their faces, but it was all in good fun. Number 2 is keep it simple. Low effort themes are the key. And this was totally the case for me. It helped me to kind of ease into things. Sometimes you can get me and I'm all in, and then sometimes like the week before vacation, which is when we did this at my school, I was kind of at a low energy. And so keeping these themes really low effort, kind of easy, like maybe they only have to wear 1 or 2 things to just kind of be part of it, that's the key. Because you're going to find that there are teachers who are really, really into this. And of course, there are going to be some of those teachers, kind of like me sometimes, where they just, they might go along with it for the fun, but they kind of need a simple way to be part of the group. All right, so if you want some ideas on some underground themes, I'm going to go through a few really quickly. Ones that you can keep simple, but also can be expanded upon for those of us who really, really want to get into it, okay? All right, so first, Decades Day. I mean, come on, everyone loves a good Decades Day where you can channel your inner 80s rocker or your 90s grunge goddess. It can be as simple as putting an old scrunchie in your hair, or you can really, really get into it, right? And a bonus if you can sneak in a mixtape. I love myself a good mixtape. How about Dress Like a Student Day? It could be as simple as a hoodie, a certain kind of backpack, maybe even a little bit of your teenage angst coming out, or, that inner annoying kid that you just want to get out. How about an all black day? That's pretty simple, but can really be dressed up with some black accessories. And how about a tacky teacher day? Maybe you go full cliche with an apple necklace and 20 pens in your pocket and a mug that says best teacher ever. Here's one that could be fun. A retro school photo day. Feather your hair, rock that denim. See, there's that denim again. And bring back some awkward smiles. You could even bring in an old school photo of yourself and have it put on you like a pin or carry it around or put it on your board. That would be kind of fun. Of course, there's Crazy Sock Day, an easy way to keep it low key and still be pretty fun. Here's one of my favorites, Rock Band T-shirt Day. Bonus points if you can do some air guitar while you're walking into the cafeteria for lunch duty. Or a shout out to some of my former teammates when we had a music Mathapalooza time and we would play great music during lunchtime. How about Mismatched Everything Day? Because sometimes, your brain feels that way. That's okay. And that's a good way to sneak in some jeans again as well. You could go with Fictional Teacher Day. Maybe you dress up like Miss Frizzle, or how about Mr. Feeney? Or even like how one of your teachers used to dress. I know that teachers back when I was a student did not dress the way that teachers do now. And to bring back that style might be kind of fun. And a last idea is Comfy Cozy Day. I mean, you can't go wrong if you're asking teachers to wear slippers, maybe some comfy pajamas, and give that I'm just here for the coffee vibe. All right, tip number 3 is really, truly make it just for you. We're not putting up bulletin boards talking about Spirit Week or little flyers or emails that are going out to the community or to the parents. This one is just for the grown-ups, and it needs to live truly to the title of Underground. And perhaps you do this for the whole school, but it could also just be for your team, your grade level team, your wing of the building, your pod, or your department. Seriously, you just need to do this, okay? You just need to try this out. Tip number 4 is enjoy watching the students catch on and enjoy the buzz that follows. So for our school, it caught on by Tuesday because, well, every teacher was walking around with anything but a cup, right? It was just so much fun to watch and see the kids' expressions on their faces as they turned the corner and saw yet another teacher with another weird, awkward, or interesting container. One of our teachers actually hollowed out a pineapple and used that for her everything but a cup. It was just so much fun, and so much creativity was going on too. Wednesday was a little trickier for the kids to catch on, which I thought was kind of funny. I said I greet all the bus kids at the back door of the school and as they're entering into the gym. And for my outfit Wednesday, I had on a black hoodie, black jeans. See, there's my jeans again. And also some like red retro 50s style glasses. And what I was doing was I was a twin. I was a twin with all of my other teammates who also wore all black and a different color of those glasses. So all the kids were coming up to me and going, "Oh my gosh, it must be sunglasses. I bet everybody's going to be wearing glasses today." But nope, that wasn't it. And soon they were able to catch on as they walked into the building and saw teachers dressed as different things. And then when certain teachers were standing together, they started to understand that it was Twin Day. And I know this sounds so silly and so simple, but it was really, really fun because I let it be fun for myself. I let it be fun to watch the kids as they were catching on. By Thursday, the kids seemed to come to school just waiting to see what was next. Thursday was Royalty Day, and some teachers were really, really awesomely getting into it. I bought a little tiara from the Dollar Tree and wore that, so that was my royalty contribution. But there were some teachers who were dressed in like the most beautiful princess gowns. One of the third grade teachers wore something resembling the English royal family. And Friday was Disney Day. One of my third grade teacher friends, she came in dressed as Sadness and literally acted the part all day. Like, she was really, really good. It was so cute. And another came as a tourist, complete with a rain poncho. So funny. And I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but this was the week before vacation. And let me tell you, it just helped the week go by. And honestly, I actually have to wonder if it helped with some behaviors. Teachers were enjoying themselves. Which brings me to the 5th tip, and that is making sure you're just sharing smiles and not stress. I will always advocate for happy teachers because happy teachers naturally lead to happy kids. And this could be just the thing to help the teachers at your school have some happiness and let that spread. All right, so let's review the 5 little tips here for having an underground teacher spirit week. Number 1, make sure you keep it a secret, at least first. Number 2, keep it simple. Keep the theme so that anyone and everyone can participate, whether they do a little or a lot. Number 3, make sure you're making it for you, just the grown-ups on this one. Number 4, be sure to watch and enjoy how the kids start to catch on and let that feed your excitement. And number 5, make sure you're sharing your smiles because this is what's going to lead to some lower stress. Now, I really want to know if you've done this at your school because I've seen it in a lot of different Google searches that I did on Underground Teacher Spirit Week. And if you have, I would love for you to share. And if not, you've got to try it. Pick a theme, text a friend, see what happens. Regardless, if you've done this or not, I would love for you to come and tell me and the other teachers inside of our Inspiring Teachers Facebook group how it went or what you're anticipating if you are going to try this. All right, go to theinspiredclassroom.com/community and join the group if you haven't joined already. If doing something just for you and just for the adults at your school seems a little different, that's exactly the point. Let's make joy a habit again. If this episode made you smile or gave you that little spark of, oh my gosh, we have to do this, then do me a favor. Share this episode with a teacher buddy. Seriously, text them the link, let them listen to this on their commute home, and then maybe you can start making plans to do your own Underground Teacher Spirit Week. And hey, if you're looking for more ways to keep that spark alive, be sure to join my Insider list, where I will email you every week with creative strategies that will help improve student behaviors and help you enjoy teaching again. All right, I'll see you next time. I hope this episode inspired you, encouraged you, or gave you a fresh idea to try. And if so, I would love for you to take a screenshot and text it to one of your teaching buddies. I'm so grateful that you landed here with me today, and it would mean the world to me if you would leave me a review over on Apple Podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I'll catch you on the next episode. This is Elizabeth Peterson reminding you to get inspired so you can be inspiring to your students and enjoy teaching again.